Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite. Continuing Raoul's route. Not really continuing, we are going to get his other endings. So, we are here, I loaded up save file 2. We are going to get our sweet end, so I want macaroons. Oh, how about it's macarons? Macaroons is 2 O's, right? And they're 2 different things. How about we buy some macarons? I saw a new site, that I saw on a news site that there's a famous shop for them on the Champs-Elysees. You probably mean the Jure? I can't pronounce that. I don't know French. Anyway, the one over there's the flagship store, and it's always crowded. It's been a while since I went. You've been there before, Raoul? Oh my god, I have to turn down the volume. I have to just say, the music in the background is so motherfucking loud, and it just keeps repeating the same line over. It seems like a cool song, but it's like, it just literally keeps repeating the same 2 lines over and over, so it gets really fucking annoying 30 seconds into hearing it. Like, dude, like, I don't know why the music is so, like, much in the background of this game. Like, I'm a little crabby right now. Like, because the bird's being a jackass. I'm a little hot. Like, my computer was not behaving connecting to my capture card. Like, so, like, the music just, like, repeating the same line over and over and over and over and over. And even though I have it turned down so low I could barely hear it, it's like, that's irritating as fuck, stop it. I also don't know why they chose music with lyrics, because, like, I normally have it turned down so low I can't hear it, but, like, to me, if I'm playing a game, and I'm trying to read what people are saying, I don't want music with lyrics in the background. That's going to distract my brain from reading the words that I'm supposed to be reading, because it's in English. So it's like, that's distracting. I don't know why you thought that was, like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe it's not distracting if you're playing the game in Japanese because it's in English so you don't understand. But, like, the choice is weird. The choice is weird. And again, I normally have it turned down so low, but I've noticed that, like, it seems like anytime I can hear the music, it's songs with actual lyrics, and that is an odd choice for the game. You know what I mean? Anyway. You've been there before, Raoul? Yeah, I traded out at their branch in Wishington when I went there to film. They hadn't opened a shop in Lost York at the time. Oh, really? That sounds nice. Then let's buy some to eat at the hotel tonight. Sweet darling, okay. Okay, so now we're gonna go do that. And then we do our cute little skip. Oh, whoops. No. Why does it all skip? Why does it... Okay, so this is back to the beginning. So after leaving France and returning to Lost York, Raoul Aconite organized a press conference. He officially announced his retirement from acting. Okay. Welcome to Mr. Aconite's urgent press conference. He has just arrived. Hi, thanks for coming today. Mr. Aconite, is it true you're retiring? Yeah, as of tomorrow, I won't be a sillywood actor anymore. Wow, so... like, in the sweet and spicy end, he just became a director, actor, did all that, and now he's like, peace out. Oh, that feels kind of sad. I want to lead a normal life and be a regular person in a simple relationship. I'm marrying my girlfriend. That's why I'm leaving the acting world. You know, though, I like this guilt trip. I don't think he realizes it's a guilt trip, but it is. He's like, you fuckers wouldn't let me marry the woman I love, so peace, bitches. So, maybe if you didn't piss and whine and bitch and you just let him be happy, you would get to be happy watching him on screen. So you're leaving your career for your marriage? Let's put it this way. Tomorrow was the world's last day. I'd want to be with the one I love. And I love that thought process. You are leaving your job for your personal life? Yeah, because my personal life and my happiness should be more important than being an indentured fucking servant to a career. But no, your job is always that's why work-life balance, that's a load of bullshit. That's just a buzzword. You know? It's sad because when you get a little bit, you're like, oh, the work-life balance is pretty good. And you're like, it's really not compared to what it actually should be. And you look at other countries and you're like, wait, you mean you get how much fucking maternity? You get how much vacation time? Wait, what? You're like, you're lucky in most jobs if they start you out with 2 weeks vacation and you're like, that's 10 days. That's really not a fucking lot for 365 fucking days. Now, you get weekends off. Not really. Not fucking really. Because Friday you're spending and you're like, thank God it's the weekend, and you get Friday night and Saturday, and Sunday is spent going, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. And preparing for the fact that you have to go to work tomorrow. Sunday is a wasted fucking day. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, and if you have a spouse and kids or whatever, your weekends are spent keeping up with your kids' shit or cleaning your house or doing dishes, doing lawn work, whatever. And it's like, when do you have time for yourself? Well, you have plenty of time for yourself because you only work 8 hours. And 8 hours is spent sleeping. And then the rest of my time, 90% of it is spent doing things to keep myself alive, like making sure that like my house is okay and doing laundry and chores. And some people find that shit fun, but most of us don't. Most of us are like, whoa, I can do laundry today. You're like, fuck, I had to fucking laundry because I haven't done it in a month. Piles everywhere. That's why you buy a lot of underwear so you don't have to do laundry that much, okay? That's all I'm saying. But like, it's like, son of a bitch. You know? Like, it's the only reason I do laundry is because, like, the underwear drawer is getting a little sparse. Fuck. You gotta throw in a giant-ass load of fucking laundry. And then when you do laundry, it's fine. You throw it in the dryer. Then you gotta fold everything out. Oh, I don't want to do that shit. That's why I do it during work, because I work from home. I still don't want to do it, though. You know what I mean? I don't know. There is no such thing as work-life balance, because it's still work. And it's still like, no, you can leave early, just come in early or stay late tomorrow. You still have to fucking make it up. You know what I mean? Which is why working from home for me is really great, because I'm like, no, I have nothing to do today. I'm going to pretend I'm working, and I'm going to go sit on my couch and watch YouTube. Or I'm going to record these in the middle of my lunch break, and then after lunch, I got my work computer there in case anybody needs me, but then I'm going to sit and have lunch, so I have like a 2-hour lunch. I should not be saying this. But like, I still get all my work done, and I still do a metric fuck ton of work. Like, I do a lot more fucking work than I'm getting paid for. So, like, I'll be damned, I will give myself my work-life balance. But if I had to be in an office, I would just be sitting there pretending to work, staring at the computer, and, like, bored out of my fucking mind. Because you need mental breaks. You need to be able to go and go, okay, I have been staring at this problem, especially for me, and I can't figure it out. I'm literally going to have a meltdown because my brain can't process this. I need to walk away. And what do? I'm going to go walk and get coffee and wait 2 minutes? Like, you know what I mean? If you're away from your desk for 10 minutes, most of the people I work with aren't like that, but someone somewhere is going to be like, you were away from your desk for 17 minutes? And like, you've done that several times today. And like, TikTok, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, somebody's clocking you, somebody's watching you. Especially because my office, absolutely, it's like you have to be in 3 days a week, and they check your badge swipes. So they will fucking stalk you like that and be like, you weren't coming in all 3 days during the week. Oh my God, do you have nothing better to fucking do? Seriously? And I work for a really decent fucking place that's actually not a bag of fucking psychos. But that's psycho. You're like, you're pushing it. You're going back to, like, my prior job's level of, like, insanity, and, like, we're gonna bring out the whips and start whipping us. Like, seriously, like, what the hell? We're not your servants. I know I work here, but I work here, dude. You don't own me. Like, I'm not your property. But that's kind of the way jobs treat you. You're their property. So it's like, I don't like it. Anyway. Look. It's ridiculous. But, so, like, that just triggered me, though. Like, you're gonna quit your job for your personal life? Fuck yeah. If I had the money to not have to work a fucking job, I would absolutely just enjoy my motherfucking life. Okay? Fuck it. Some people like working. I don't hate my job. I hate the fact that I bust my ass at my job and I can still barely pay my fucking bills despite the fact that I make a decent income. But I'm also only making now what my dad was making in the 90s, and that's really depressing. Like, like, that's really depressing. And every time you get a raise, your rent goes up more than your raise, and you're like, so like I'm always falling behind, and good lord, good lord, it's only getting worse too. So if you're very young and you've only recently set foot into the corporate world or the world of like permanent working, and you're not in college anymore, it's just gonna be worse for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh God. I'm closer to retirement age than I'd like to admit. Still far away off, but also my retirement plan is to drop dead at my desk. Like, I can't afford to fucking retire. Half the people I work with are planning to retire, and I'm like, I'm now going to be the old person. There's a few other people my age, so it's like, we're going to be the old people, and, you know, then the 24-year-olds fresh out of college that are coming in are going to be like, are you going to... No, I can't afford to retire. I'm going to be like fucking 82 years old still working my job. They're going to have to force me out. I can't afford to fucking retire in this fucking economy. Retire? You're silly. Only boomers can afford to retire. Nobody else can afford to retire. The rest of us are just going to die at our desks, right, Mr. Neelix? I know. He's like, pet me. It'll make you better. It does. I know. I don't know why thinking about work is stressing me out. Because I'm playing this on a Sunday. Because we have some free time. And we have tomorrow off. We don't even have to go into work tomorrow. We took tomorrow off. And we're still like, I don't want to. I don't hate my job, but I like really dread that day when I have to go back into the office. Man, blacking out was the best thing that ever happened to me. It's really sad. But also, I miss wearing clothes, but not enough to go back to. It's a weird. Anyway, let's put it. Okay, I already read that. I didn't want any regrets. That's why I decided to quit acting. What made you change your mind? When I thought I might be turned into a lobster, it made me reconsider my life. Right, this is at the end after that. A lobster? Is that some kind of metaphor? Beats me. Anyway, plan to get married and live a normal life. Thanks for all the support. He's like, fuck working. Honestly, he enjoyed acting, though. It's just the fact that they were basically like, we own you and you can't get married. So he's like, fuck that. Despite everyone's pleas, Raoul stepped away from acting. Once Raoul chose love over fame, he seemed to earn admiration for his choice. People on Instagram wanted updates on his married life, and wedding venues reached out to his agent. His agent was probably brainstorming marketing strategies, but Raoul said he left showbiz, so he kept dodging the paparazzi. A few days later, we flew to Greece on Raoul's private jet. How he can afford... I mean, I'm sure he saved money and stuff like that, so he's not... But, like, he also has a private jet, a really swanky apartment. It's like, how are you going to keep affording this shit when you don't have an income? He's probably going to go and do, like, become, like, you know, work on the excavations and stuff like that, like his parents. You have a fluffy on the top of your head. There you go. What? You had a little bird fluff on top of your head. I was trying to get it, and then you were biting me. You was being very mean. You're being very mean and very stressed out. It's very hot in here. Anyway. The sun feels amazing. Truly feels like Greece. It's so calming. You know, I'm an archaeologist. There you go. I remember this. The last time Raoul and I were here, we were on an excavation. It wasn't a date, and we hadn't recognized our feelings for each other. That's why everything felt so different now. The bright sun dazzled me, and the salty breeze was refreshing. This feels great. Did we return to Greece for another excavation? No, none of that this time. Really? I thought we came back because you wanted to excavate. No, I just wanted a vacation with you. We missed some things during our last visit. Like what? Do you recall when I mentioned prepping something at the hotel to confess my feelings? Oh, I remembered what he shared at Celestia. There's something I wanted to tell you on this trip. I actually had everything set up at the hotel we were supposed to be staying at in Greece. It was supposed to be a surprise with gifts and things, but guess that went down the drain. Do you remember? Yeah, what was the surprise? You'll find out soon enough. Now let me carry you. Close your eyes. Do we get a CG for this? Raoul lifted me up and started walking. Probably not. Can I look now? Not yet. Keep them closed. My voice sounds like so wrecked right now, but it's because honestly, both of the routes we are recording in our current games, we have Raul doing this, and then we have the other guy who's the exact same, and like that's just broken my voice over the last like week. It's like my voice is like, I'm reading. I felt secure in Raul's strong arms, even in total darkness. Sound like I've been smoking for centuries. I don't know why the accent came out with that, but you know what I mean? Like, that's the way my voice sounds to me right now. I don't know if you can tell. I hope you can. But, like, I'm like, my voice sounds a little scratchy right now when I'm trying to read. Like, shit. I could feel my body swaying gently as he carried me in his strong arms. This is also why, generally, because I record all my sim stuff on Saturdays. And Sundays, I don't do anything. But, like, we're behind. And I'm trying to catch up. And, like, but, like, I usually take a day off from reading out loud. Okay, we're here. Open your eyes. And I know what you guys are going to say. Like, take the time off. Don't worry about, oh, look at the CG. It's so cute. Oh, you know, don't worry about it. But, like, I'm doing this to myself. It has nothing to do with you guys. That sounds wrong. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing it because I think, like, you're going to be disappointed. I'm doing it because I would be disappointed in myself. I am my harshest critic. So, you know. And, like, you know, I'm just trying to get us to the point where we're enough ahead so that over Christmas, when I can't record, you know, for a while, I don't come back in January to being like, oh, fuck, I'm like a day ahead, and we're back in this situation. Because, you know, so we'll get there slowly. I'm slowly, a little bit by a little bit, we're getting one more day ahead, one more day ahead, one more day ahead. And I have, like, almost every freaking Monday off for the rest of the year. I think December is about the only time I don't because I'm taking all the time off at the end of the year, but anyway, I opened my eyes and in front of us was a beautiful grand house. The house was decorated with flowers. It felt familiar, like Celestia. What is this? It's our new home. Your temple. My temple? I thought of creating a Cupid temple. Well, partly as a joke. A joke? Raoul chuckled, making it hard to tell if he was serious. Look at his face. It's so beautiful. Like, she's ruining this for me. Like, she's pretty, but she's looked bad. Like, this is probably, I hate to say this is probably one of the worst CGs of her. And it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's cute. But she's looked so beautiful in a majority of the CGs that this one is like, by comparison. That's saying something. Because, like, I know someone's going to be like, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. But when you compare it to the other CGs of her, she's so pretty that this one you're like, it's not as good as the other ones. So it kind of takes away from Raoul because look at how goddamn beautiful he is. Like, he's just so lovely. I am not okay today. Okay, half joking. When I wanted to confess, I really wanted to build a temple for you. I found this villa that looked like one and bought it outright with cash. Bought with cash? All because it looked like a temple. Now I just want to enjoy our time here, by the sea. I remembered it was here. But I bought this place to make it your temple. I wanted it to look like the room I saw in Celestia. That's why it felt familiar. Being the obsessed parasite, I set up this temple when you were a god. Now I just want to be with you here. We're gonna move to Greece, how cute. That's why it's a half joke and half true. Really? I never heard of anyone turning a villa into a temple. Even knowing I was a former god, it seemed like a big leap in logic. That's so cute, because when he wanted to confess his love for us, like, freaking years ago, he's like, I bought a house for you, and I made it a temple for you to worship you in, and just never told us about it. So, do you accept this as your temple? If you're with me, I'd love to be here. Really? Maybe we should both be enshrined here. We could even make a statue. We touched foreheads and laughed. People didn't usually joke about being enshrined as gods, but we found it hilarious. Hey, I love you. I love you too. I looked up and saw Raoul's happy smile. I can do what I want now, right? Of course. What do you want to do, Raoul? I love archaeology, donuts, and jet skiing. I'd like to discuss mythology, write papers, and maybe create a sequel to Dog of the Dog Trash, but whatever we're calling it. What I really want is to marry you, Spacey. Raoul, Hey, Spacey, since we made this place our temple, we should have our wedding in Greece. We'll stay here while planning the wedding. For our honeymoon, let's travel and maybe even make a big archaeological discovery. Afterward, let's open a donut shop in Greece. What do you think? That sounds amazing. Between treasure hunting, writing, and opening a donut shop, there was so much planned. But there was one thing that we wanted to do above all. We gazed into each other's eyes. Aww, there's a little kiss now. We shared a soft kiss. I'm not moaning for him, though. Raoul held me close, our kiss deepening in our new home. I'm excited about the wedding. Me too. I can't wait. Raoul, I love you. I love you too, Spacey. I'll always love you, no matter what happens. Flower petals that Raoul scattered fluttered around us, carried by the breeze. What you looking at? It felt like a scene from Celestia. We made a promise of love. We believed in our vow of love, which felt almost miraculous. Though we both had the playful ludus love type, we never looked away from each other. Even if the world ended, we'd face it together. We'd faced challenges before, and we'd be fine now. We kissed, my arms around his neck. The gentle rays of the sun felt like it was blessing us. Aww. Cute. Alright, and now we load up our other save file. This one. I only have one hand again. I feel like I don't have to explain this, like, if things look weird, that I only have one hand because the bird is sitting here jammed on my other one. Okay. Sorry, bird. Figure out Eli's objective. Yep. Should we pretend to comply and uncover his motive? I'm uncomfortable with how unclear everything is. That's too risky. If Eli's involved in something illegal, you could inadvertently become an accomplice. Plus, he isn't the type to make mistakes. Investigating him would be a waste. Even professionals would struggle. I urge you to reject this. It may seem like a massive opportunity, but it isn't what it appears. The risks are high. Raoul gave me a look reminiscent of a puppy left home alone by its master. I can almost see the sad eyes and drooping ears. Yeah, you're right. If that's what you believe, Raoul, I'll follow your lead. I sent a formal rejection message. Okay, now we can skip. Secret donuts. And then we're going to be skipping a lot here. I think when I was trying to, like, push buttons and see if there was, like, a, skip in the... Well, wait a minute. Yeah, no, this one... No. Sorry. No, this one doesn't seem to have... Because, like, I always forget between games, like, which ones can, like, skip and which ones don't. And I'm always hitting every freaking button, but... They're always different. This one didn't seem to have a... Oh, he does have one! Okay. Did we know this? I don't know. Because I go back and forth between the two games. So when I need to skip, I'm like pushing every button. And then the other game, it's the plus button that skips. And in this one, it's the up Joy-Con. So it's like... And I don't know if I knew that because I forget. Because we're like... Most of the time, I'm spending 90% of the time reading. So like, I don't think about the skip function. You know what I mean? We go to sausages. Speaking of, I'm just going to let this skip bread because we're going to get to the end in a hot second. So, spicy, darling. I can't. Secret night. It was a new day and our lips found each other again. Oh, dear. Oh, God. Look at how saucy this one is. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, they made her a little, like, she looks like Bones. Like, her shoulders and her but then, like, her arms are so tiny, and then, like, how thin, like, the fact that his hand can, like, wrap her, like, I just feel like they made her, like, way too, like, have you kept us locked up? We're almost a skeleton. It's a little, her proportions are a little off, is all I'm saying. It's a little disturbing, but goddamn the sauciness. Like, no wonder he asks if it hurts when he had sex with you. Jesus Christ, gonna break her in half. I get it, like, thin, petite women, that's the thing, but, like, it's a little off, I feel like, I don't know. You're not supposed to see that, you're supposed to just see his hand on the way you see it like this. I'm not moaning. Raoul. Hmm? What's up? Raoul smiled as we kissed. He moved down to nuzzle my neck. He left a mark and looked satisfied with himself. This was the bedside experience he had a reputation for, but now I was the only one who got to see it. I wiped off some sweat and reached for his back. I clung on for dear life, not wanting to let the heat get away. The hot sensation overwhelmed me. I mean, we got right into this. But it still wasn't enough. I wanted more. I needed him more. Raoul, more. Oh, you sure are a greedy one today. Because it's been a while. Can you stay for the whole day? Does he have me, am I, just put away somewhere, instead of living with him in New York? Because we were living with him, right? In Los York. So now are we, a secret girlfriend somewhere else? To make aside from the fact that now what's the catch on this one? It's not oh, it's just a steamy, sexy scene. There's gonna be a catch, we're hidden away, because he's an actor and he has to hide us, so, we don't live with him in Los York, we live somewhere else. Kind of maybe a combination of, where the sweet end, he's like, oh, I got the villa in Greece, you live in Greece, so he's just vacationing over here, and this is where he comes and, jet sets over, oh, I came for the weekend for you, baby. You know what I mean? We're his secret hidden thing, as if I'm his mistress. Because, the silver screen's his real wife, you know what I mean? Yeah, unless they call me in. Unless he's a CIA agent. Because he's wearing, a super suit. Right. We intertwined our legs as we waited for that moment to come. After the incident in France, Raoul was back to being a Sillywood actor in Los York. By day, and a CIA agent by night. That'd be amazing. No bed scenes or kiss scenes were his requirements, but he was gaining status as an actor who was good at doing stunts. Because he had so many conditions for roles he took, he did advertisement modeling much more recently. That's why we were still unable to get married, but that wasn't the only reason. Oh, sorry, they're calling me in. The transceiver by his bedside rang, signaling an incoming message. Raoul didn't stop embracing me as the device scanned his iris to unlock. That's a CIA thing. This is Cupid. Go ahead. Over. I like that he's using Cupid as his code name. It's adorable. Good evening, Agent Cupid. We've got a mission for you. He really is working for the CIA on the side. You know what? I don't hate it. Agent Cupid was the secret alias that Raoul used. Following the success of that mission, Raoul had been recruited into the CIA. Actually, and then being listen, if you all of a sudden were all those action stars that you see that do their own stunts and whatever in Hollywood, they're actually secret government agents, you'd be okay, yeah, I can see it. You're all right. So this, you're okay, sure, I'd buy it. You're all right, I'd buy it. I like it, it's ridiculous. I'm okay. Yeah, he does his own stunts and shit, and he's crazy, and you know what? Weirder shit's happened in this game, but I like it. He readily agreed to join. Since I used to be Cupid, he feared I might be kidnapped again. He wanted to prevent that. Being a CIA agent then became his main responsibility. The Sillywood actor facade was just a cover for his true role as a spy. I was the only one aware of his double life. I love this so much. Tonight at 8, mission Gigantomachia is on. Stand by at point A8. Gigantomachia. This message was self-destruct in 5 seconds. Good luck. Oh, James Bond. Actually, was that, I think a Mission Impossible did it, but wasn't there another one? Oh, what was the old 60s TV show? Oh, fuck. Oh, what was it? Someone might know. It was a 60s TV show. Didn't they do that? Did they do the self-destructing thing, or was that just Mission Impossible? I think Inspector Gadget did it in the 80s. It's typical. I feel like that's standard for the spy tropes. They have to self-destruct. Otherwise... But also, everything is digital now, so, you can't... You're gonna, we're gonna delete the message, but it's out there forever. Somewhere. Someone could probably find it somehow. Damn, they're workaholics. Sorry, I have another mission tonight. Raoul, aren't you exhausted? I think I'm fine. Spent the whole day with you after all. And once this is over, I'll request an extended break. I'll see you later. Okay, but how about one more time? I clung to him and looked up. Raoul responded with a playful smile. Sure. You gotten good at pleading. Don't make it sound so adorable. Once won't be enough for me anymore. I actually love this because we're like, just do me one more time. We are just like a slut for this man. And you know what? Fair. Absolutely valid. Yeah. You seem to enjoy that idea. That's hardly fair. Because I understand. But are you sure you want to see me desperate? You might be the one who gives in first. That's fine. Oh, wow. Seems like I've been caught in your web all along. You can make a good spy, too. I doubt it. I can only act this way with you, Raoul. Yeah. I hope we keep it between us. Just once more. We made that promise and reached for each other. The taste of a kiss full of secrets. A kiss that would steal our voices, our warmth, our breath. It was intoxicatingly sweet and enticing. It was so addictive, we craved more. Don't make that face for anyone else. Raoul, you too. Yeah, I promise. I saw the color mint green at the tip of my nails. It was the pedicure that Raoul had done for me before. And he's doing our Jesus, you know what? I like this spicy end. It was going to wear off soon. I needed him to redo it when he came back. Would he greet me with a passionate kiss upon his return? Would he be even more intense? Probably. I tightened my grip around his back and called his name in a pleading tone. He was most intense right before a mission, but I didn't mind that. Secrets and limited time could be life's greatest spice. I love you, Raoul. Yeah, me too. I love you, Spacey. Our secret relationship would not end. The kiss we kept from the public was spicy and decadent and just for us. You know, I don't, like... Okay. So, like, for, like, ooh, spicy. I think out of... Okay, well, to be fair, Jupiter's was probably the spiciest because it was, like, the most... What now? Okay, yeah, alright. That there is definitely... Oh, look at the little Berenice. I miss you, sweetie. Look at you. You're adorable. You know, but... Nope, that's not the one I wanted to do. But there you go. You get to see that one again. Aww. It's so cute. Oh, look at his little face. He's so adorable. Cute. And then Ryuki's, and then I would put this one. I hate to say that this one wasn't because it's not like... Okay, I guess it's not spicy in the sense of, like, where you're like, oh, wow, we're doing, like, kinky spicy. But it's spicy in the sense of you're like, oh, it's like a little, like, oh, it's a secret relationship. I mean, I guess, but it's not, like, super kinky. You know what I mean? Like, some, like, Ryuki's had a little kink to it. Jupiter's had a lot of fucking kink to it, okay? This is like, oh, it's a little sexy and naughty, you know, because you're like, oh, it's a secret relationship. And then he's like coming and it's like a whirlwind, whatever. And then he's running off and it's like, you know, there's a little bit of that torture in there. You're like, oh, but he's gone for so long and I just need him. And like, she so desperately needs him. And it's like a secret thing. And it's like, because he's off doing whatever. So it's not like you always lived with him before, so you always saw him, but he's always off doing missions or off in whatever, and we're a secret and like whatever. So you're like, okay, there's a little bit, but it's not like we're the secret mistress type of, you know what I mean? Or like, technically Shelby's spicy bad end, except for we destroyed that man's life. But if it was like, oh, we're married to Shelby, but you know, he spends too much time working and a relationship's a little, so then you're fucking Eli on the side. That would have been spicier than destroying Shelby and fucking Eli on the side. You know what I mean? That was a little, that's why it was the bad spicy. They're like, they took the spice and just, you know, gave you explosive diarrhea, basically. Like, sorry. You know what I mean? You're like, that came out all wrong. Like, that just ended badly. Where, like, they could have done it just spicy and not spicy terrible. That one was definitely spicy. But, like, Gil and Shelby's spicy ends were, like... Shelby's was a little bit better, but it was still, like, a little possessive and a little, like, you might need a little bit of therapy, because you're like, no, you can't leave. You can't be more than 5 feet from me. And you're like, I guess there's a little kink to that, but it's also a little, like, sweetie, I think we need to talk to a therapist. Gil's was absolutely, like, you are, like... 2 inches from stepping over the serial killer line. Like that was seriously insane. Like, so I get why they went with that spicy, because it's like, spicy is like the questionable kind of ending. But I prefer them when they're like, kinky? You know what I mean? Like, you're like, okay, sure. I hate to say, I honestly prefer Jupiter's end to like Gil's spicy end. Because Gil's, it was like, we're trapped in the house and you're insane. Okay. And, like, at least in Jupiter's, you're like, okay, this is not my thing, but at least you went for it. You were like, let's go all out and get freaky. Okay, I appreciate the thought process. Not sure I want to be here, but I appreciate your thought process. And Gil's is like, I don't know, I'm scared, you know? But I like this one. I thought this one was good, because it's like, it's not super kinky spicy, where you're like, okay, it's not like, oh, we're having a threesome with Eli or whatever, or, you know, oh, I was actually like Eli's prisoner, but like Raoul could come and go as he pleased or whatever, where you're like, all right, this is, that would have been super spicy and super kinky, right? But there's something hot about this, you know? Like, yeah, there's like the underlying disappointment of like, well, we're not married, but that doesn't mean you're never going to. It's just right now we're living this spicy life where I'm just here, like, waiting for him to come back home, and then it's like Pound Town 24/7 until he gets called on another mission, or he has to go be a Sillywood actor, and like he's got these 2 full-time fucking jobs, you know what I mean? So like, we don't get to see him as much, so we're just craving him more, and that desperation, and you're like, that sucks, but it's also kind of awesome. You know? Like, okay. So, like, I appreciate the balance that they went for, like, the, you know, a little bit of the you're like, oh, it's okay, it's a little kinky, because, like, oh, we're just gonna rush and do it while he runs off to be a spy, and it's, like, a little James Bond and kind of sexy, but it's also a little, like, but I'm just sitting here waiting for him, where there's, I don't want to say it's, like, the trapped thing, like, in Gil, but it's, like, I can go out and live my life and do whatever, but, you know, 24/7, I'm just waiting for him. I'm just here for him, you know? Like, I'm kind of a prisoner to this man in a way, because I will drop everything the second he's like, hey, I'm going to be back tonight, and you're like, everything, fuck everything, you know? So, like, but it's your choice, you know? But also, I love Raoul, so to be fair, they could have done basically anything, and I would have been, like, probably sold on it, so. But yeah, I mean, this CG's really good. I love his, like, this one is sexy as shit, but I think his face is the beautiful in this one. She, like, seriously, look what I'm talking about. Look how, okay, aside from the fact that, like, good God, your waist is, like, 3 inches around. It's a little, like, and his finger is almost thicker. 2 of his fingers is as thick as her wrist. Like, the proportions on her are terrifyingly tiny. Like, a little too dainty. A little too dainty. I'm scared. Girl, you need to eat when he's not here, okay? Because I feel like I'm kind of concerned. Like, but look how beautiful she is. But compared to, like that one, like, she just, like, she looks so beautiful. And, okay, we don't see her in a lot. Okay. In Raoul's, we don't really see her a lot. But you know what I mean? Like, she always looks so beautiful in all the CGs. And this one is the one where it's like, not my favorite. Maybe it's because, like, front on, maybe, like, 3/4 and, like, half, and, like, profile, she looks the best. You know what I mean? But, like, he is so pretty in this one. So even though the other one's, like, sexy, and you're like, yeah, it's hot, I just love the way he looks in this one. Although our little wedding one's cute, too. But, like, our wedding one could be, like, the end-all, be-all CG. I like this one a little bit better for his face. I think he looks precious in this one. Like, despite the fact that I want to be there while he's feeling me up like this. I'm going to rip her out of this and I want to put myself right there. This is exactly where I want to be. But he's just so adorable here. And you're like, look at you, you're so precious. Anyway, so that was Raoul's other endings. Overall, good time. I love Raoul. This one was insane. I am really glad we saved it toward the end because this is fucking bonkers. Everything that happened is like so freaking bizarre and like that's what I'm here for. This is what I want, the absolute bonkers shenanigans. So we'll do his after stories next and then we will be done with Raoul. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.